Hello everyone, and thanks for hanging out with me. Today I want to show you how it is to drive the Polestar 2 single motor long range. First, here's the key. It's the same key as the Volvo C40 XC40. It's just all plastic. That's the only difference. Now let's put that away. I showed you the Polestar once before. And it's exactly the same now here, of course, in the single motor, same with outside and the front and everything and charging. But for us, it is, how is it driving? I drove the performance version, which has a stiffer suspension. This suspension is 10 times better. I can say that already. Yeah, blinker is still that horrible sound, like when a record player was stuck. Let's see, turning circle, not great, because we have front wheel drive. That's unusual, huh? Front wheel drive. Yeah, suspension is not as stiff as in the performance. It's way better, feels great. Of course, when you only have one motor and the one motor is in front, you get torque steer. So you accelerate and you feel that the motor is pulling your steering wheel a bit in one direction or the other. And I'm not a fan of that anymore. Let's see, power. Yeah, it's pretty much, maybe it's a tiny bit more than my ID3. But that's it. We still have that amazing cruise control. Ta-da! That's awesome. And the Volvo C40, XC40 doesn't have that anymore. But here, press on the right and we have ProPilot on. Press on the right, ProPilot is off. So self-steering. Awesome. I like that. Noise level, as it was before, really good. But the suspension is 10 times better. Performance sucks when it comes to this. And you don't get more performance, you can just get different brakes and a stiffer suspension. You can turn creep on and off, you can have different, ooh, that's a bit weak in the beginning. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, not great. Let's pass the truck, see how passing is. 70 on, yeah, that's better. But again, you feel the torque steer. It's not as horrible as in a Hyundai Kona electric. It's really uncomfortable there. But you can feel it. It's pulling in a direction. Regen can also be changed in different things. Where is it? One pedal drive, off, low, and standard. Same as steering feel, light, standard, firm. You can turn ESC off, you can turn creep on and off. I think I even want that on. Volvo doesn't have that. And you have, again, as in Volvo, you have Google Maps, you can have a better route planner in here. It takes a bit to work. So it takes some time, the processing power. You have Spotify, and you can get other apps because you have the Android system and it works really well. Instrument cluster is a bit different than the Volvo with the design, but again, you only have the view of the map and this view. And if you want your trip meter, you go onto this button in the middle, and when you press that twice, then you can reset the trip. You also have an auto trip that's doing it, I think, every few hours. When you don't drive, it resets itself. The seats are okay, but not amazing. What I love that I have not noticed before is that there's a heater button. The AC button, as all cars have, but there's also a button for heat. So if you don't want heat, even if you put it to 28 degrees and it's 19 degrees in here, it won't heat. I like that. I want a heater button. If no, I don't want the heat to do anything. Doop. And if you haven't seen the cruise control on the Polestar, same as in Volvo, it's really amazing. Just one button and it's on. Then on the right you have your distance, and then up and down is 5 kilometers an hour less. And when you press long, it's 1 kilometers an hour more or less. And it works really well. And it keeps a great distance. and it already slows you down even when the distance is greater. If it notices, oh, the car in front is driving a bit too slow, and that's great in the city and in the country road, but it's like now, it did it here, but it's a bit annoying on a German highway where when you go close to a truck, it already slows you down, but you cannot go out to the left lane on the highway 500 meters before. That's just, first it's unnecessary, and you might slow down cars behind you. So many electric cars today. Let's go on the highway, drive a bit, see. At 110, it is louder than other cars, but it's still acceptable. And you can change, by the way, to normal cruise control. It doesn't have to be adaptive. You have here assist, and then here you can select speed limiter, cruise control, or adaptive cruise control. Yeah, cornering is also nice. But I would prefer the all-wheel drive. It's just, it's not about the power, it's just how the power is in there and that you don't have torque steer. Oh, I would prefer rear-wheel drive. Once rear-wheel drive, you can never go back. 130. Ooh, 130 is loud. In here. Ooh, yeah. I don't even know what the top speed is. We'll find out. Ooh, it's 160. Because that's it. 164. That's our top speed. It's stable. It's really loud in here. But most cars at 160 are a bit louder. Steering feel is still amazing, very stable. The steering is a bit firmer than in other cars, even though I have it on the lightest settings. But it feels good. It's really loud in here. Stable. Suspension is a bit on a sporty side, but totally fine. Yeah, I like that you have range display and state of charge in the instrument cluster, but it's not very accurate, the range. It goes down in 10 kilometer steps, same as in the Volvo. Yeah, this feels good. Whee! Stop in between, there was a car. View outside of the car. So in the front, the mirror is, so the front window is pretty small, height-wise, short. And so that if you want to see something, you have to do this. The good thing about that is that the angle, rear window and the rear view mirror is perfect. I can see extremely far. And on a highway, that's just priceless. And for example, the Volvo C40, I'm always comparing it because it's almost the same car. The Volvo C40, the window was way higher, the rear view mirror was way higher, and the angle with the rear window was just wrong. I couldn't see very far. But here it's just perfect. And here we have the map view when there is a destination in Google Maps. And the normal view and your little trip. I will now go charging and then do a 90 kilometers an hour range test to test country and city driving. But that's it for me. Thank you much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.